tomorrow wasn't promised, what would you give for today? Forget everything else. Forget everything else. Forget that there was any sunlight left. What would you spend today thinking about? Yourself or the man that's beside you? Or the man that you know you'll give everything in your heart for? We get one opportunity in life, one chance in life to do whatever you're gonna do, to lay your foundation, to make whatever mark you're gonna make, whatever legacy you're gonna leave your legacy. And it's found through effort. Wins and losses come a dime a dozen. But effort, nobody can judge effort. Because effort is between you and you. Effort ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. So that team that think they're ready to see you, they think what they seen on film, they ain't saw what film shows. Because every day is a new day. Every moment is a new moment. So now you got to go out and show them that I'm a different creature now than I was 5 minutes ago. Because I'm pissed off for greatness. Because if you ain't pissed off for greatness, that means you okay with being mediocre. Ain't no man in here okay with being just basic. So let's do what we do tonight.
Life and try to overcome that, you know, be it positive or negative. But I have yet to meet someone who is as competitive as me, you know, and I just feel that much confident about my competitive drive. My competitive drive is far greater than anyone else that I've met. You know, I think that I thrive on that. I think that's my biggest motivation in life. You know, is to compete. You know, find different competitions and certain things in life, and try to overcome that. You know, be it positive or negative. But I have yet to meet someone who is as competitive as me. You know, and I just feel that much confident about my competitive drive.
I want to be the greatest of all time. That's my motivation. So it's that simple. That's my mind frame, and it's not to be the greatest of all time in anyone else's book or how they judge the greats. It's for me.
Everything come out the left, or is it stereo? Let me ask you a question. Is everything coming out of? It was only left was up. Is it?
I mean, I'm guessing like you, man. Because right now you only got one plug going into the left.
Got you. Okay, so it's only left.
Actually, what is that coming through, Ski? Man? That's coming straight out the
without listening to that single and one shot. You're not trying to.
See, you hear it.
Alright, can you see Joy right now?
But it just sounds.
And I cut him up.
Yeah.
Nah, I got you.
Ho, is somebody singing it or y'all need me to play?
They said that his main mic is number 3.
Yeah, see, that's the system. That's what I'm saying. That's their system. That's the Eastern system is bad. Hey, turn them down just a little bit.
Yeah, who's that?
He said just.
Yes.
These are the cordless mics.
He said just have it just right above y'all. And just talk to each other. But he said he still can.
You can hear us because I just heard when I put this on, I heard them talking.
Let me see. Keep talking in the mic.
What can you hear if you watch?
I think you
Testing 1, 2. But can they hear it?
Testing 1, 2.
Is that an echo? Is that an echo out here?
That feedback you getting?
Is it ground? Are they grounding it? Introduce the singers now, Tony. Okay, we're gonna try to get their mics on. Y'all know what they're on? Y'all know what they're on?
So these two are the same channel.
Testing 1, 2.
Actually,
Can you hear them?
please stop for that. That fourth one is me, so I know that. Right, that's me.
Testing 1, 2.
Talk each other. What fucking?
Testing 1, 2.
I'm gonna let you do that.
Testing 1, 2.
His wife said she didn't like that. He said y'all good.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to BBB Production.
The middle one.
My name is Kishana Dorsey,
And my name is Malika Brown.
and today we are at the DCI AA Championships Turkey Bowl.
So those three
One of them is the lavalier for the rap. The other one is that middle one.
okay.
And then those two on the ends on the same channel.
Oh, those two are in on the same channel. Down now. So this one is where?
This one is the one on the ends. This box right here.
So now as we wait, we do have girls singing the national anthem.
So those two are outsides. Yeah. This is the outsides.
But as you may know, today will be a very interesting game. Given the fact that 18 of H.D. Woodson's players were suspended.
And then this one will be the one in the middle.
You know, last game against Woodson was not a very great game. We're hoping that it's a different game today.
Because I'm in four.
Exactly, and hopefully that they take the mistakes they made against HD when they played, they use that as a reason to correct themselves, I guess.
Yeah. And let's just hope that the 18 players missing don't get to Ballou's head and make them think that they got it in the bag. They need to play as hard as if nobody has left.
Which is very true because as we seen last game against Wilson, right?
Yeah.
They did get in their heads a lot, and that almost costed them the game.
Yeah, they was doing good, and Wilson started to come back in the fourth quarter, and you know, thanks to Romello, he sacked the quarterback, which ended it. But who knows? It could have been a totally different. It could have went a totally different way.
Exactly, and great plays like that don't happen very often. So hopefully they won't be banking on that to win in the game again.
I agree. You shouldn't have to wait to the end of the game to win. You should already know that you're going to win.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a nail biter for sure.
Muted.
Yeah.
But as you can see, the band is here as well as the cheerleaders on both sides. And the players look like they're ready. But as we should remember, for the seniors, this is very important.
Yes, this is the last chance for them to win a ring, a jacket, whichever they choose. No more opportunities after this.
The next step is college football.
Yep. Whew.
Is that updated now?
No, we still have. Well, what's
So right now, they are doing the coin.
Is it green? Is it on? Button?
No, they did.
And once again, they have Frederick Quigley, number 8.
who's actually injured and not playing in this game with a fractured fibula.
Crutching up to the coin toss.
To the field, still a team player though.
And I mean, I wonder how that feels to know that this is like your senior year, your team makes it to Turkey Bowl, and you're not able to play.
Yeah, get injured right before the game. I know it's a little sad.
Well, he's been injured a couple of games now.
Yeah, he was actually injured in practice. It wasn't even a game.
So I've heard. But it's just amazing to see the large amount of people here on Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah. Since people choose holidays. It's a holiday, you stay home.
But do not forget, once football season is over, we will be live streaming basketball season.
And it looks like Wilson has won the coin toss. HD Wilson?
Oh, you can go there.
No, Wilson. And it looks as if Wilson has won the coin toss.
The cheerleaders look very insane from up here.
Yeah, and I've been watching them. Their kicks are pretty high.
But it is really cold up there.
And we can see our boys are getting hyped for the game.
But also you can see that HD is not letting the fact that their 18 players are going to get to their heads.
Yeah. It's all about the mindset.
Which is very true. again, if you have a friend that wants to see the DCI AA Championships game, tell them to log on to YouTube and go to I Am Ballou and watch our live stream.
And it looks as if Woodson will be kicking the ball off with Gator, Devontae Gator, and Martin Johnson in the backfield. And it is a wheel kick, and it is caught by Gator, number 9. And he is running behind his players and is brought down at about the 35-yard line.
So it looks to be a 15-yard return.
I would say that is a good opener. Let's hope to keep playing well.
Alright, let me see. So that. Alright.
And it is a running play with the carry from number 4, K1 Jackson.
And speaking of K1 Jackson, I had a conversation with him last week, and he was like, "Oh, you do commentating, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I do commentating." And then he's like, "Oh, y'all watch the game from the booth?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Gain of 5 on the play will bring up a third down for the Knights.
K1 carry of about 5 yards.
3rd and 1 for the Knights.
It is now 3rd and 1.
He's big.
Stop.
And the ball is snapped.
And it is not much of a yardage gain.
Oh, but as I was saying, so he tells me.
It's called a half yard.
But it was enough for the first down. Say his name.
Nice ball spotted at their 45-yard line.
I don't think
I was about to say that.
I'm not even scared.
I can say it, but I say his name. You can say
Nasty. Good job.
Pressure coming.
And he is in for the touchdown. K1 Jackson.
55 yards, Tony. 55-yard touchdown straight.
And that was a carry of about 55 yards. That was an amazing play. As long as we keep playing like this, we will get that win.
And that's the great thing about it. Once you come out strong, you give yourself a better chance.
Yeah. Just keep playing like this. And with the touchdown, he will also be kicking the extra point, the field goal. And it is good. K1 Jackson with the TD and the extra point. Ballou is up 7-0 with the time being 9 minutes and 48 seconds, and it is the first quarter. Nice start to the game. Let's just keep it that way.
That's a 4-play, 65-yard drive by the Knights. Yeah, 2 minutes, 12 seconds on that last drive. Teeing it up for the Knights.
So now as we sit, we're waiting for them to get ready on the field again. And that looks like number 4, Kaywan Jackson, will be kicking to the ball.
10 or 19. That's number 2, Noah Boykin. It's 19 on the far.
And that is a wheel kick ball, and it is touched at about the 10-yard line, and he is brought down by number 14, Christopher Holbrook, but there is a flag on the play.
Before the penalty was 9 yards on the return.
It's 9 yards on the return by Boykin. Looks like there's an illegal block in the back charge to the Warriors.
Is that spotted at the 8-yard line? Yeah.
We got the 9. What we got the 9 or the 8?
Looks like an 8. It'll be first and 10. It's 9:40 spotted at their 8-yard line.
And the ball will be placed on their 8-yard line. And it is first and 10. And it is a running play, but he is brought down immediately by number 52, Romello.
Plus 3. Plus 4 down by number 52, Romello left with
3 yards on the pick.
Okay, number 3 on the play.
It will now be second and 7.
I was thinking the same
Resting at their 11-yard line.
And it looks as if Woodson has a running back in the field, and they will give him the ball, and he is brought down.
52. Number 21 on the carry.
Spotted at 18.
But this kind of makes me paranoid because this is exactly what we seen last game at playoffs, and it started well and then went wrong.
Yeah.
So hopefully their strategies will change in some form, close to like around end of second quarter, beginning of third, right?
It is another running play, and he is brought down. But yeah, I agree with what you're saying. I think they should mix it up a little bit and not do plays back to back.
Give me a charge, I need a charge.
6 yards.
Gain of 6 on the play. Second and 4 for the Warriors. From their 24-yard line.
It is second and 4. And it is another running play, but he is brought down again with not much of a gain.
Let's call it 2 yards on the pick of 3rd and 2 from the
Gain of 2 on the play.
It is now 3rd and 2. And he was brought down by number 52, Jerquan Fraley.
From their 26-yard.
Let's see if we can put a stop to this. And it seems to be a throwing play with number 1 being open, but misses the ball as the ball is thrown a little bit far left.
Bring up a 4th down and 2.
And it is now 4th and 2, and they will most likely be hunting the ball off.
The punt for the Warriors is number 4, Vincent White. Tag team for the Knights is number 9.
And we have Gator in the backfield ready to catch this punt.
But if I do say so myself, I think that he's had an amazing season.
Oh. And I do not know what to call that.
whatsoever.
Oh my gosh, that is fortunate for the Warriors. But, oh my gosh. Who me? And as you seen, it looked as if the ball was snapped a little bit too high.
And that's a lot of problems they have is when the ball is being snapped and it goes too far. They never recover it well.
First and 10 nights. The Warriors 12 yards.
And we will be close. We will be in the red zone. This is a great start. We're more than over half of the field by that badly play on fourth.
Badly played?
On fourth down. This seems to be a great start for the night. It is 7 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Plenty of time to put more points on this board. And we have another running play by K-Juan Jackson, number 4. And he is within the 5-yard.
Plus 7, Tony.
It is now 2nd and 3.
Well, it's actually 2nd and 2.
And he is brought down immediately without no gain.
A loss of 1.
And there will be a loss of a yard on the play, which makes it 3rd and 3. I just think he needs to keep his feet moving, and we should be fine. And it looks as if it's going to be a throwing play. And Mooks escapes a sack and is in for the touchdown.
And that is the second touchdown they have had while they had the ball.
Yes, back-to-back touchdown.
So the time is now 6 minutes and 24 seconds. The score is greatly 13-0 Ballou.
And we will.
It's first quarter.
And we will be attempting the extra point field goal, most likely kicked by number 4, K-Juan Jackson.
So we got this, we got this sling studio.
But this is an amazing start to the beginning of the game. And the kick is no good.
Why?
It was kicked a little bit too far to the right as he's seen a Wilson player rushing his way. And I think he tried to kick the ball a little too fast.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Instead of getting tackled. So the score will remain 13-0. But as long as Ballou keep playing the way they are, we will be good. Offense is playing nicely, and defense has been playing nicely also, and Wilson has yet to get any points on the board, which is great. And K-Juan will be hunting the ball off, kicking the ball off.
But I mean, once again, I just hope that they're able to keep this a mental stability of, yeah, we have extra points on the board.
And his kicks are nice. And it's caught at about the 10-yard line. And it is missed tackles, and he is brought down, thankfully, by number 5, Donnell Milligan. That is what we do not like to see. They gain about 45 yards down, but there is a flag on the play.
And these are the type of plays that start to bring them down.
Yeah, they start to get out of character and start playing. They start to not play like themselves. And we cannot have this happening. It's just the beginning of the quarter.
Exactly, but in my opinion, once they get those good leads, I think they need those,
they need to keep
it so that they know they need to
what
keep
and what not to do.
Yeah, they had, yeah.
Quarterback, 21 running back.
So they will be at the 46-yard line. And they are past half of the field inside of their territory. And it is a running play, and he is brought down with a gain of about
Tackle 52.
It's called a plus two. Plus two.
2 on the play.
Tackle 52.
Brought down by number 52.
And he was brought down by Romello, left 52. Nice stop on the play. It is now 2nd and 8 with 5 minutes and 53 seconds remaining. And it's another running play, but he is stopped by number 50, Jerquan Fraley, with a nice tackle.
As well as number 52, Romello left with.
It's called a no gain. You got a good spot, no gain.
He said he won't have
Third down and 8. For the 94-yard line.
It is.
I think that mistake made them really upset to know.
And it is a throwing play, and it is tipped by number 24, LeBron Johnson. What a nice way to stop that play.
Yeah, the play.
By number 24 for the night.
4 is
Ron
in.
Johnson.
4 is in the punt for Woodson. I think we got 9 back to the series.
We watch it right here from you. That's sweet. I'll tell you metrics is here.
That is a nice mindset to have in this game, because the ball could have been looked a little too high for him.
Right here.
Hey, see, look.
No bad snap.
And it is 4th and 8 with a punt, which is down at about the 20-yard line.
21 instead.
How long y'all been doing this?
We just started this football season.
This whole season?
It'll be 1st and 10.
Now we gotta get ready for basketball.
21.
See, I got a teacher. You have a teacher on top of y'all? Yeah. This our first time doing it on our own. He's in Philly right now for Thanksgiving, so he just left after us. Oh, yeah, this gets better and better every time he says something.
I mean, but once again, that play before is awesome. I just wish he was able to turn around and catch the ball and take it back that way.
Yeah, that is true, because it was on the tips of his fingers.
I didn't know if they were live.
But that was a nice play.
Congratulations to all the athletes at coaching staff.
Before a time checkup, the time is 4 minutes and 59 seconds. The score greatly remains 13-0 Ballou.
And it will be, and he passes the ball to Kalen Gray, and he is running, and it's brought down at about the 48-yard line.
That's a pickup of 27 yards.
And that was a carry by Kalen.
27.
That was Kalen Gray.
Yep. Yeah.
Correction, that'll be a gain of 26 on the carry. 1st and 10.
They messing up players.
47-yard line.
And that was a nice run. And Moose escapes a sack and is brought down at about the 50-yard line.
Yeah, I say about 50, 51.
Buchanan on carry, gain of 3.
With a gain of 3, which makes it 2nd and 7. That is nice to keep his head in the game, because he was almost sacked by a player, and he kept his feet moving, which allowed him to escape and gain a couple of yards on the play, in which he could have lost yardage.
Hello. Hello. Yeah, I know. It's what's on the background.
Too much time, time.
Yeah.
Call time out, right? What's it called time out?
And there is a timeout on the field by Woodson with less than a minute remaining on the clock.
But as the game goes on, you can see a lot more people.
And it's
people getting into the stand.
Yeah. The benches are filling up.
So it looks as though now they're back on the field and ready to play.
Second down and 6.
Oh, you should have heard about that a couple days ago.
The Warriors 49-yard line.
And the ball is snapped and passed greatly
To number 13, Isaac Winslow. And it is amazing that he kept that ball because he was immediately hit right when the ball reached his hand.
Exactly, but as you look closer, you can see that that tension is there between the two teams.
Yeah, Woodson
and that
Ballou,
Woodson does not look like how that scoreboard is looking.
Yeah, I would say the same. It is 3rd down and 2, and it will most likely be a running play, but you never know. And it is ran by number 6, Kalen Gray, and he escapes tackles and gains the first down.
37, a pick of 8. Just a pick of 8.
That was a nice play. It wasn't immediately. Talante didn't immediately give the ball to Kalen Gray as he ran by. Instead, threw a short pass.
Exactly.
And which was a smart idea to me because it was still a running play, but he threw the ball. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure Wilson was thinking the same thing. And
it is an incomplete pass.
Yes.
Bring up a second down and 10.
And that pass was incomplete, and I think because there was a player right in his face at the time, and he has to be aware, and which I think was smart because he would have lost yards if he would have just stayed right there instead of throwing the ball.
And the ball is snapped.
And it is an interception called by number 9.
And these are the exact plays that we were worried about coming in.
This is exactly what we do not like to see. And as I was watching the play, it looks as if the ball was, I'm not sure if it was
I would say it's tipped off.
team.
Yeah, we tipped it off
okay.
and then he grabbed it.
So the ball was tipped by one of our players and he was unable to catch the ball, and number 9 from Wilson was right behind him to intercept that. So
That was a 17-yard interception return.
let's not get our heads out of the game, and let's hope defense can put a stop to this play.
I mean, but defense has been doing great. They've had a few mistakes, but I think they'll pull through.
Yeah, I say the same thing. They haven't made any major mistakes, and you can tell that they have been doing good because there are still no points on the board, and there was a sack
by number 31,
Kenneth Harrison. And that is what we like to see after the ball is turned over.
Yeah.
You come back and play.
You don't slow down on them.
You don't get mad over the play and get in your feelings. You keep playing like you was before it ever happened. And that is what I like to see. That's what I like.
That is what I like.
I like that about this team. Go nice. And it is a throwing play, and he is scrambling, but he escapes a sack.
And it looks like a major pile-on.
Yeah, he was hit immediately by 3 players after that.
And then it's like 4 more came on.
One of which being 52 Romelo Leftwich and 22 Gabriel Clark. And it is now 3rd and 11 with 52 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And it will be a throwing play, and it is called by number 22, and it's tackled by number by number 9 and 7 Levante Gator and Taraji Ruffin. And it will now be 4th and 4, and they will most likely punt this ball off. And you will see Levante Gator in the backfield. And they will just let the time run out for first quarter.
And that's the end of the first quarter. Our score.
That is the end of the first quarter, with the score being 13-0 Ballou Wave. This is what we like to see. Nice start off to the game, and let's hope we can finish it the same way.
Football equipment relay race. We have Haraya and Jameer. All right.
We just paying cookies for the coaches.
You ready to have our A-Wash and Associates and Blue Sky Construction sponsors football equipment relay race between Haraya and Jameer. Are you ready?
And before second quarter starts, they will be having a relay game on the field.
I feel like now I'm getting too old.
On your mark, get set, go. Do y'all know who Jameer is and who
And that is a nice way to keep interest in the game.
Thank you so much for participating in our E-Wash.
Nice way to keep the audience involved. And you will see the players coming back on the field, ready for second quarter.
With meals and smoothies over cereals. Make milk part of your daily training program. American Dairy Association, Northeast, and your local dairy farmers are proud sponsors of today's match. First and 10, correction, 4th and 4
from the 38. Snap.
Or kick. First down, I did.
Sure.
Rush. Flight is out of bounds by number 5.
And where he spotted? They spotted at the.
Donnell Milligan.
They It's called a loss of 3.
And as you can see, he was brought down, tackled by Donnell Milligan, number 5.
Tonight's ball will be resting at the Warriors 35-yard line.
And he will be short of the first down. It will now be 1st and 10, Ballou's ball, 11 minutes and 54 seconds remaining.
First and 10 for the night.
Like that running game.
And K1 is in the backfield with the carry of the back.
That's number 4.
The carry of the ball of about 4 yards.
Looks like he's down 31 plus 4.
K1 Jackson on the carry. Gain 4 on the play.
2nd and 6.
Bring up a 2nd down and 6.
Woodson 31.
49 from the Warriors 31.
It is now 2nd and 6.
Quick turkey ball here.
And it is a scramble by Delonte Buchanan, and he's out at the 20-yard line.
On the carry. Out of bounds by number 18 for the Warriors.
Down at 20. Let's call it a pickup. What we spotted at? Let's call it 10 yards. 21. Pickup.
And that will be a gain of the first.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Knights from the Warriors 21-yard line.
4 soft and up on the inside. Quarterback get that ball. Quarterback.
You will now see number 6, Kalen Gray, in the backfield with the quarterback. And it is not a running play, it's a throwing play. And it is intercepted by number 2, intended to number 9, Devontae Gator.
Intercepted by number 2. Was that 2 on the interception? Yes.
And I don't think that was a very smart play because Levante Gator is very much smaller than that of the player that was in front of him. And number 6, Kalen Gray, was open to me on that play, which I think would have been a better decision to go with. So it will now be Woodson's ball.
Can't let people hang around. You gotta put them away.
And they are at the 20-yard line. And it is a throwing play intended for number 2, but it is overthrown. And I just think the defenders need to make sure they are keeping up with the receivers.
Okay, so you guys been playing?
And it is another throwing play. And it seems to be a fumble on the play.
He got it back, I think.
It's recovered by the
Imagine you're the only one on HD's side and you're the only one screaming yes when he missed the catch. Me, I was like, yeah, and everybody like, no, he was supposed to catch. Sage on that side too.
Third and 3.
And Woodson recovered their own fumble. And it is called by number 9 and tackled.
But he's brought down by number 20.
I thought that was 7. 20.
Yeah, 20.
And 7, Taraji Ruffins, and 20, and Juan Wren.
Let's call it 19.
And that ball was almost,
36. Let's call
it almost wasn't called.
Gain of about 9 of the play.
I think defense need to get their minds in the game again because it seems like they are losing what they had in the beginning. And it is a running play, but he is brought down. It is a fumble recovered by the Knights, number 14, Christopher Holbrook. Yes!
This is exactly what we needed, but as I went to the bathroom and number 2 missed the catch, I'm the only one in the bleachers like yelling, yeah, and they're like, no, he's supposed to catch the ball. So I kind of felt bad. I'm like, ooh, wrong side.
And that is a nice way to get back in the game and keep their mindsets straight. That was a nice play.
But as your scoreboard checkup, the time is now 9 minutes and 40 seconds. The score remains 13-0. Ballou is second and 11, and they are on the 35-yard line, second quarter.
30-yard line. Jordan Sharp at the helm for the Warriors.
Sack 64.
So it's a sack by number 64, Freddie Green.
And as you can see, Woodson was able to keep the ball.
But I think that's an energy Freddie's been keeping in since last game because as you've seen, he was on the sidelines last game.
It is now 3rd and 12. We just need to make sure that we stay onto our targets and watch the ball and not the quarterback. And the ball is overthrown, intended for number 9 with number 6 and number 20, Kaylin Gray and Anwar Vren right there, ready to tackle, intercept, anything.
Which makes that an incomplete pass.
And they will now be punting the ball off. With Levante Gator in the backfield ready to catch this punt. And this is like the 3rd or 4th straight possession where Woodson was unable to put points on the board, and that shows you how great defense is playing this game.
I know, but it feels kind of weird as you just think and know that HD is missing players.
Yeah, and that's the same thing. You're thinking like, is this
it's not the
reason
full competition
why,
you practice for
yeah,
and
is
intended
this the
for.
reason why the board is looking this way? Is HD
and maybe
letting,
it's not because who's to say that these aren't great players that they still have, you know?
Yeah, and it's like, is HD letting the 18 players get to their hair, not having them on the field? Is it getting to them?
But is it connected to Wi-Fi? Because when I was just watching it, it was good.
You said it's every couple seconds.
But it is really sad to see. And just to think that some of those 18 players were seniors.
Yeah.
And this is their last
It's like
game.
this your last year, and you're not even in a game to play to try to get this championship.
Just over like high stakes and tension and.
Yeah, and it's a prime example how they let their emotions.
And the ball
get
is
to
over
their-
snapped, but he catches it and
punts it
the
off.
ball.
They made a good adjustment.
And the ball is stopped at about the 43rd yard line.
23-yard punt.
I mean, but as you were saying, it's a tragedy. Well, I mean, they should know that all people make mistakes, even people in the NFL.
Yeah. But you know, I think they try to set a example to show like ways that you should act.
Yeah, basically that they're not tolerating anything like that.
Yeah.
And of course, we want a good game and we want hard hitting intention, but that's not what we look for.
Yeah. So it is now Ballou's ball, and it is first down. And we and
it was a miscommunication clearly.
Or maybe
between
it was
number 1,
Trelonte Buchanan, and number 6, Kaylin Gray. I don't know if that was miscommunication or if that was how the play was intended, but
I doubt it.
I'm not
like
sure.
The way it looked, it didn't look like it. But I mean,
like he was looking back,
took a mistake and he ran with it.
Yeah, that was a smart decision. And that's what you have to do when you're
when you're basically the captain of the team.
You're the quarterback. A lot of things depend on you.
And that's a given fact.
And it will be a carry by Kaylin Gray, number 6, and he is brought down with a gain of a yard on the play. It will now be 3rd and 8 with 7 minutes remaining and 23 seconds. So it is now 3rd and 8, and this is where they need to have their heads in the game, because it's a little bit for them to get the first down. It's all about what's in your head.
And if you think about it, it's only 0-13. They still have 3rd and 4th quarter to bring themselves together, and that's what we don't want. I'm sorry, but I thought that should have been a flag on the pay when the pay.
A flag on the play. I think it should have been pass interference by defense, because as he was throwing the ball, the player was already on number 5, Donnell Milligan, before the ball was even let go. And I think if he wasn't on him, he could have caught the ball. So I didn't agree with that, but refs don't see everything.
They see everything. It just depends on what they call. And you see that in this game as well as the NFL, and that's the bad part.
And Levante Gator will be punting the ball off, and it is rolled within the 20-yard line.
It was 17 or was it 18? 17, 38 yard punt.
And that was a nice punt by Levante Gator.
Muhammad Abdul Rahim.
And 6:30 for the Warriors. 17? Yes. 17.
We watched tape the next morning. It was like, that'd be the worst when we watched tape the next day. I was like, my bad, because I ain't know.
Ain't no mistakes.
Like, it's not a bad idea.
And it is a throwing play. And he is immediately tackled by number 20, and Juan Wren.
Charge page is complete.
Plus 4.
4 to play. Second and 6.
It is now 2nd and 6, and the ball is deflected by number 4, Kwan Jackson, but it's caught by somebody on Wilson. And it looks to be a gain of about 1, but that is what I like to see, the nice deflect on the ball.
Is this going to put some on my lip?
They don't ever, I don't know about your lips. You never do it to my lips.
It is 3rd and 5, and it is a throwing pass.
And the pass
it
is incomplete.
And with Kaylin Gray right on it. And that is nice coverage.
Very nice
By number
coverage.
6, Kaylin Gray.
Bring up a 4th down and 5 for the Warriors.
And I also like to see that the players don't let their size get to their heads also, because a lot of Ballou players are a little bit smaller than HD Woodson's players.
But as you always see in football, size never matters.
In some cases.
I mean, that's a give or take situation.
That is true. And they will now be punting the ball off. And Levante Gator touches the ball at about the 50-yard line, and that was a nice.
The 50? Oh my God. You and this grammar.
That was a nice carry by Levante Gator.
13 yards on the return by Gators. That'll be 1st and 10 for the Knights. Ball resting at the Warriors.
For your time checked up, the time is now 5 minutes and 10 seconds. The score greatly remains 13-0 Ballou. It is 1st and 10 on the 35-yard line, 2nd quarter.
Members of the All-League team, selection team, would you please report to the end zone located near the field house? Once again, those members of the All-League.
And the ball is carried by Kaylin Gray. Ooh, and his helmet has came off.
Who's on the rush?
Official timeout on the field.
Thankfully, he is not injured.
It's called it the kickoff.
And that was a carry of 2 yards, which makes it 2nd and 8.
That's called it.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, I was like, why is
The Warriors 38-yard line.
And the ball is snapped.
And it is nice blocking from the O-line, which allowed Moot to run to about the 30-yard line.
31 plus. It's called a plus.
So do you think that Ballou will be doing halftime or?
3rd down and about 6.
Because I mean it's 4 minutes and like 9 seconds left, so halftime is approaching.
It is now 3rd and 6.
Once again, those members of the All-League selection team, please report to the end zone in the field house.
My hand that since 10.
Members of the All-League selection team, please report to the end zone.
And it is a throwing play with no running backs in the field.
And you see a lot of
the
flags
play
thrown.
is stopped.
Start charge to the Knights. It'll be a 5-yard penalty.
And there was a flag on the play, false start charge to the Knights, which will now make it 3rd and 11.
But when I hear a false start, it kind of reminds me of homecoming. It was so many false starts. But as you look throughout the season from homecoming, they fixed that greatly.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing about Ballou. They take their mistakes and they gradually fix it. And it might pop up every now and again, but it's not as bad.
That's true.
And that shows great coaching as well as great players.
But we need to get this together, because that was not a smart play. And it is players, defenders right at the quarterback. And the ball is thrown out of bounds, which now makes it 4th and 11. And it would be smart to punt the ball off. But to give
In the front for the Knights, Number 9, Devontae Gator.
That's a long snap. It's a fake play.
And it will be punted by Levante Gator. And it is stopped within the 5-yard line. That's like the 1-yard line. That is a nice kick. And there seems to be tension with players being all up on a Ballou player. Let's hope that the Knights will not let any tension get to them, or the Ballou play. I mean,
but they did that great
players.
last game.
Yeah, I think they did too. I just hope they can keep it that way and not let them get in their heads, not let Wilson get into their head.
But I mean, I would think they would learn from their mistakes in the playoffs and see where that got them.
Yeah, that is true. But you know, if they see that they might already be out, so they want them to get out too. But I just want to give credit to our defense because Wilson has yet to put any points on the board.
But as you just seen, that was a great play by number 54.
Let's call it 13
on the Knights.
13 yards on the pickup.
From their 19-yard
And it is a throw-in play, and it looks, and that is nicely deflected by number 6, Kaylin Gray, right up on the ball.
Gator.
And you see they are both a little bit small compared to that receiver, and they still jumped up for the ball in an attempt to intercept. That was just.
But I mean, it proved my point
nice.
Because I said that even though they're small, that means nothing.
That is true. If everyone could think that.
2nd and 10 from the 19.
Size does not matter.
And the ball is snapped, and he does not gain too many yards. Start by number 50, Jerquan Fraley, as well as number 52, Romello Leftwich. And the ball is
it's
snapped.
Another throwing play, and he is brought down immediately by number 14, Christopher Holbrook.
Looks like no.
And that is nice. He was immediately brought down as soon as he caught the ball.
Christopher Holbrook. No gain on the play of 4th down and 9.
Back to the punt.
And it looks like Wilson will be punting the ball off another drive where there is no more points, where there is no points on the board. And that just shows the credibility of the defensive players. And we have Levante Gator in the backfield.
9 on the receptions.
Oh, and it is a fumble. And it is, oh my God. It is a fumble recovered by Wilson. And they will be within they will be past half of the yard.
It's plays like this that really upset me because you've been doing great this whole time, and that one mistake really set you back, because if everyone was close and where they were supposed to be, they could have grabbed that fumble regardless of the fact.
I think I feel the same way. I just think he should have just let the ball roll. I mean, there is only a minute and 20 seconds left, but they are within.
Anything can happen in football.
Yeah, they are within reach, and it is a throwing play, and it is no good, and he is out of bounds. But
Second down.
But I think what makes it worse for me is the fact that we're on HD side, and I'm like really in my feelings right now. I'm really in my feelings right now.
Yeah, because we still have the lead, but that lead can be broken. It's very easily.
And there goes your hype man once again, number 52, Romello Leftwich.
That's what we like to see. Get your players hype in the game.
And not only your players, but everybody that came into this cold weather.
And it is another throw to number 9, and he is brought. He is brought down out of bounds by number 6, Kaylin Gray. And it's plays like that. He really had he had his helmet, but it really wasn't in his face mask. But see, I don't know how the refs decide if it's going to be a face mask or not, because it clearly was towards the helmet. But
as we said earlier,
refs don't see everything or don't call everything.
They call what they want to.
Yeah.
Tell the team you should see my phone.
No.
And it is a throw play. And it is nicely covered by Levante Gator, and he is down on the field.
Oh my God, no.
And that will be a major loss if he is injured. And he is down on the ground and has yet to get up. This is
and these are the kind of injuries that we hate to see.
That we would not like to see, because he is a major key weapon on this team. So to see him down on this field is very hurtful.
Oh my God, the voice.
Let's just hope the Knights can keep their heads in the game and can continue to play whether he joins them or not. But let's hope that he has a speedy recovery if he cannot yet.
And he's able to get in.
Yeah.
Like, it's only 1 minute left in the second quarter, so
until halftime.
Hopefully they take this halftime and like stretch him out, run him up and down the sidelines and get him back in there.
And let's hope that Ballou's defense can keep them from putting in the points on the board like they have all of the previous plays and drives. So let's hope that Ballou keeps that in mind. And Levante Gator is seen helped off the field. Thank God he can walk off it with help.
But this is still a major disappointment.
It's a major loss. So let's really hope that he gets well.
He said, make sure you tell him.
Third down, 6 from the 9:38.
He said, say it very hard.
It will now be 4th and 6.
I'm going to have to. No.
And it is a fake, and it is thrown to number 2 and deflected. Who is that by? That was a nice play, and that is what I like to see. That's exactly what I be talking about. And that was done by number 14, Christopher Holbrook. That was a nice play. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Defense have shown what they have in the bag.
Yeah, but as you can see, number 14 is really breaking out this game.
Yeah, because I haven't really heard myself like calling out, and this game, it just seems like 14. So that's nice for Christopher Holbrook.
And that was perfect timing because it's 53 seconds left.
Yeah, and that could have put
been a touchdown.
points on that board. And it is, and Ballou has the ball, and it is ran by number 4, K'Wan Jackson. And he has broken many tackles on that play.
It's now 42.9 seconds left. The score greatly remains 13-0 Ballou.
and he was able to gain the first down, which makes it 1st and 10. That is what I like to see. Do you think we could put some more points on the board before this quarter is over?
I mean, if the block is good and the runner has the clear mind, we could.
And K'Wan Jackson runs the ball again, but is immediately brought down.
K'Wan Jackson on the carry.
Looks like
with no gain. Yeah.
No gain. No gain. And that should be halftime.
And it looks like this will be the end. They will let the clock run out, and this will be the end of the second quarter. With Ballou leading 13. 13
I hope so.
Yeah. 13-0.
But as she said before, that is the end of the second quarter. We will be now going into halftime. Hopefully, Ballou is able to regain their focus and start off strong in the third quarter. The score greatly remains 13-0, Ballou. And once again, if you forgot, this is BBB Productions, and I'm your host, Keyshauna Dorsey.
And I'm Malika Brown.
And we'll be back after this great halftime show by our BBB band.
We'd like to recognize that those give you all the first and second team. Making the award for the birthday of the Icon of Passing Public School, you won this along with the executive director and 6 different and then now for your first team. This was number 9, Edmund receiver, Edmund Williams. Senior high school, Jack Shot. From Junior high school, Shahid Salim. From Junior high school, Eugene Satep. And from Junior high school, at tight end, James Monroe. And right from Junior high school, Kate Jackson. High School as a local time recruit. At 100 from Dunbar High School, Jalen Carter. At specials from Dunbar High School, Marcus Clark. Foot surgery on offense, DCIW, all defensive line, number 52, Romelo French. From Junior High School, Jim Allen. Eastern Senior High School, defensive back from Eastern Senior High School, Lonnie. From Duncan Senior High School, Delonte Wood. From Eastern Senior High School, at linebacker, and Tom Reed. From Duncan Senior High School, Toby Ryan Whitlock. At kicker, from Richard. Wixie Peter. Second on defense. From Richard Stevens. From Ballou. From the kickoff. At defensive back. From Ballou. From Ballou. The kickoff. From the in a costume. He ain't really been playing. From Ballou, his linebacker. Developed 1.1 round. A kickoff from in a costume. Put to the whistle, Ballou. And he's a linebacker, dunk off. Take what you think. DC NCAA all team division 13-17. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the 2017 NCAA Trophy here from New Jersey and high school.
Welcome back to BBB Productions. My name is Keyshauna Dorsey.
And my name is Malika Brown.
And we are back, and we are your hosts. And the game has now started, but we are having technical difficulties. So if you can please stick with us, we'll be right back shortly.
But I still.
And a flag was, sorry, we are back. And there was a flag on the play with a penalty of 10 yards. They will now be on their 39-yard line, and it is now 3rd and 19. It is 11 minutes and 25 seconds remaining, and it is now 3rd quarter. And he has a running back in the backfield, but it is a throwing play, and he is immediately sacked by number 64, Freddie Green.
Hand me an extension cord.
And with the help of 10,
back to the 30.
Sean.
And number 10.
Lost to 5, second and 25 for the 34.
Second down and 25.
And that was a loss of 5 on the play, with it now being 2nd down and 25.
Like another one in the back.
So let's hope that our Ballou Knights can keep their heads in the game. And it was a snap, and the ball is thrown, and it is incomplete. The ball was thrown a little bit ahead, intended for number 9, with number 7, Rah with the cover. It is now 3rd and 25. Let me see the headphones.
You can hear.
And this will most likely be a throwing place. So they need to watch out for these long throws. And the ball is incomplete, intended for number 2. And number 2 is a little angry. That is nice coverage in the backfield by number 9 and 24.
You get it one-on-one, you got it.
It is now 4th and 25, and they will be punting the ball off to Ballou with number 9, Levante Gator, in the backfield. And as I mentioned before this, before halftime, Levante Gator was injured on the play, and he is back and playing on the field. And it is a fake by number 9, and he is brought down at the 40-yard line.
Rush by number 4.
And he is short of the 4th down. And Ballou will be starting at the 40-yard. They are well within half of the field, past half of the field.
But as we said before, please be aware that we are having technical difficulties at this moment. So if the camera footage is a little bit trashy, we do apologize, and we will try to have good footage to you in a short while. Are you agreeing that I'm trash?
No, not you. The camera. And there is a running back, number 4, Kwan Jackson, in the backfield, but he is.
Get his camera up. Huh? Get his camera up. My arm hurt. You said what? Get his camera up. My arm hurt.
And the play was stopped with no forward movement on the play. And there was a loss of 1, which makes it 2nd and 11. With 9 minutes and 42 seconds remaining, Ballou still in the lead. The backfield with Talante. And it is a pitch to number 6, Kaylin Gray, and he escapes tackles and shoots him. Oh my God! Nice play, and he gains of the 1st down. And it seems Kaylin Gray is having another amazing game today, with there being a gain of 12 on the yard.
Isn't it? What else do we say?
And it is another pitch play, but I do not think that was a good idea. He threw it backward. And there will be a loss on the yard, on the play.
Got an injury. Got an injury on the field.
And it looks as if a Woodson player is injured on the field. But as you can see, that play, as the quarterback Talante Buchanan saw players rushing to him, he immediately tossed it to number 6, Kaylin Gray, which made it a loss of yards. I think it would have been smarter to just throw it in the vicinity of a Ballou player. So it will be an incomplete catch. And there is still a Western player down on the field.
I swear to God, throw another pool.
injured player is Michael, number 18, and he is helped off of the field. It will now be 2nd and 17 with Ballou in possession of the ball. Let's hope they can get their heads in the game and put some more points on the board. And it is a throwing play, but Mooks runs, and he escapes a tackle and tackle.
26.
And I think that was a smart play. He knew that he didn't have any open players, or he didn't see any open players at the time, so instead he ran the board. And it seems like he is on the and it seems like he is down. And this is our quarterback, Talante Buchanan. Oh my gosh, that would be a major loss.
Get to work on the game. For Monte Buchanan.
Only
2 sophomores on the team.
All better known as
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
3rd and 14. 3rd and 14.
It's 40.
for the Knights, from the Warriors, 30.
And as you can see, Talante Buchanan walked off the field himself, so hopefully he can get back in this game.
I know you're running this ball for
too much time.
And you have number 12, Aaron Pitney, backup quarterback, has arrived on the scene.
I mean, but if you think about it, we haven't really seen much of him on the field, making plays.
Yeah, that is true. And I hope he don't let the fact that this is the Turkey Bowl get to his head and make him nervous to play.
But not only that the tension doesn't kill him, because he's not used to all of this, being as though he's not really
used to being
in the game like that.
Yeah. And as you can see, that pass was a little bit overthrown, and it's the fact that I think he hasn't had much experience, that throw wasn't on target. Also the fact that there was somebody in his face, so he just had to get used to the circumstances and get his head in the game.
But it's kind of sad to see that and there's a flag on the play. But as I was saying, it's kind of sad to see that now things can go either way, being as though Mook is out of the game.
Yeah.
Because even though it's third quarter and it's 7 minutes and 35 seconds left,
there's still time remaining. Enough time. And if they don't keep their head in the game, Wilson have plenty of time to come back and put points on the board. So let's hope that we can keep ourselves together.
Exactly, because it's not that many points that they have to get.
Yeah, it's only
two
possessions.
Exactly, 2 touchdowns and only 1 extra point because the other one wasn't made. So it's a little bit easier for them and harder on us.
And it looks as if there was a flag on the play and the ball was brought back So now, Levante Gator will be punting the ball off on the 36-yard line.
And if you look at the sidelines, if you look at the sidelines, you can see that they have number 12, Aaron Penny, like, you know, practicing and stuff. But it's still a part of me that's really worried.
Yeah, and that punt by Levante Gator was better than the one before, and he is brought down at about the 15.
Yeah, but it's great to see Gators back in the game.
5-yard return.
20 on the tackle. 5 yards on the return.
And you can see them over there as well, stretching Trelonte back out.
Yeah, hopefully he's not injured. He's not seriously injured. He can get back in the game and play like before. But you know, a lot of players don't know that when they're hurt, they're not as good as they was before, and they still try to get back in the game. So let's hope.
Yeah, because you know they're paranoid and they're scared they're going to get hurt again, or even worse.
And there is a flag on the play, and he is brought down by 64 Freddie Green.
This is also Freddie's like real breakout.
Yeah, I feel like I'm calling his name a lot this game too.
Because like I said earlier, it's that built up momentum from him not being in the playoffs against Wilson and watching his team play on the sidelines. Yeah. So he's hyped and ready to be out there with them. Given the fact he's a senior as well.
Low speaker. Have you seen this? Low speaker.
So he's down to the 9-yard.
And the ball will be brought back to the 9-yard line. With it now.
This would be a perfect time for an interception.
So it is 1st and 19 with Kalen being close to the receiver coverage. Nice coverage by Kayla Gray, number 6, with the pass intended to number 9.
Which makes that an incomplete pass. But also, hopefully, by the time it's time for us to get the ball back, Trelonte will be back in his regular form, or close to it as he can get.
Yeah, or Penny could come in. Or Penny could come in and nicely play nicely. And as you can see on this play, it was a nice tackle by number 20 and Juan Wren.
30-17 from the 10.
I know, but I'm just worried about number 12 getting in, like down to the core.
Yeah, but I mean, you gotta have faith, and I mean, it takes experience to learn. So,
but to be realistic, it's experience that he really doesn't have much of.
I mean, but we really haven't seen him play, so I mean, you never know. It could be his breakout game, right?
You're right.
And it is 3rd and 17 with the. So Wilson will now be punting the ball off to Ballou.
So the time is now 6 minutes and 16 seconds. The score greatly remains 13-0 Ballou. It is 4th and 17 on the 11th-yard line, 3rd quarter.
And we will have Levante Gator in the backfield ready to catch this punt. And that kick was okay, and the ball will be at the 43rd yard line.
That's a 33-yard punt.
And I would say this is nice field position for Ballou. They are cross half of the field. Hopefully we can put some points on the board.
Let's hopefully.
Quarterback there?
You got field position.
The ball is
And we
snapped.
have Penny and he gives the ball to number 4, Kayvon Jackson, and there is not really gain on the play. So as we see, Mook is not on the field yet.
Second and 10.
It is now 2nd and 10, and we are at the 42-yard line.
The incentive is the turkey down.
And the ball is snapped again, but there is a flag on the play. And there will be a penalty of 5 yards, which would make it 2nd and 15. Jaquan Brady. And it is another running play. And I do not think this is a smart move. I think they are also afraid to let Aaron Penny throw the ball, because you see in the last 3 to 4 snaps they have ran the ball.
I mean, because the first time that he tried to do a pass play, it didn't really go so well.
I mean, but
So I guess the last thing they need is an interception, right?
I don't know. I just think they should give him a chance, because running the ball is not going to be great as it was last game. And it is another running play by number
And this one
10,
actually goes far.
Ball spotted.
So it looks like he will have first down.
30 never spotted. Let's call it 7 yards, 6 yards, Tony.
And that was a gain
Fourth down
of about 6 yards.
from the 39.
It will now be 4th and 7.
9 back to punt.
And we have Levante Gator punting the ball.
Back deep for the Warriors, number 2.
And as you can see, I've seen this many times. They have the punter too far back and not snapping the ball far enough for him to catch it, which gives him less time to punt the ball off. And right when he gets the ball, there's already so the ball will be placed at the 40-yard line, close enough to where Ballou had to punt it off.
Number 64.
Let's hope defense can keep doing what they were and put a stop to it.
18.
And that was a tackle by number 64, Freddie Green. And that was a gain of the first for Wilson. And it It's another running play, but he is immediately stopped by many players.
Nah, the tackle went to 52.
52?
Many for, which was 52 Romelo and 64 Freddie Green.
From the 47-yard line.
It will now be 2nd and 8 with 2 minutes and 46 seconds remaining. And he is immediately brought down by number 7, Rara. And number 52, Romelo Lethbridge. And this is what I like to see in the defense.
Keeping their hands together.
Yeah. Keeping a stop from letting Wilson putting points on the board. I just hope they can be consistent with what they're doing. And it is a throwing play. And the ball is caught. And he is brought down by number 6, Kalen Gray. And this is a little bit where I talk about size, because he is a little bit bigger than Kalen Gray, and you see they both went up for it.
Mm-hmm.
And he just was too short to take the ball away.
I just think you're flip-floppy on your decision, because 1 minute you're like, yeah, you're right, and then you're like, no.
Because it is, but it depends on the person. Size does matter, but it just depends on the person.
I would just say that. It depends on the person. But as a time checkup, it is now 1 minute and 26 seconds left on the clock. The time remains 13-0 Ballou. It is 1st and 10. They are on the 37-yard line. And don't forget, it is third quarter. As well, this is BBB Productions, and I'm your host, Keyshawn Dorsey.
And I'm your host, Malika Brown. And it is a throwing play again, and it is called for a touchdown. And as I said before, that's another thing. The quarterback seems to notice the mismatch between the players, because he is way bigger than number 6.
I wouldn't even say that. They could just tell that their heads are not in the game right now, knowing that their star quarterback is not in the game right now.
But I think that was nice coverage. He wasn't big enough.
But I mean, like we said before, it depends on the person, but still, when they get it depends on what they do once they get the ball back, as always. And hopefully they don't let these little bit of points.
And Woodson has finally put points on the board and has stopped our streak. It is now 6-13.
Like, I'm terribly in my feelings right now.
I mean 8-13, my bad. And you know, it's funny because I was just talking to somebody and they was talking about the number 13, and that seems to be the score that we always get when we play Woodson. So hopefully we can put some more points on the board and stop it, because we don't need no tuition or nothing to come back on us.
They either let the points get to their head, or they start to feel down because the other team scored.
Or let an injury get to their head too.
And that's one of Ballou's problems. They don't know how to stay focused on the big prize instead of all the.
They let small things get to them. And you will have number 11 Martin Johnson and number 9 Levante Gator in the backfield, ready to catch.
But you just said that. I haven't really seen much of Martin this game.
I feel the same, but he has just caught the ball and is running. And he escaped many times and is still on his feet and is brought down at about the 43 line yard. Amazing.
Let's go.
And these are the type of plays that we like to see.
And you can see all that built up energy in them, just like Freddie and all the other players that didn't get to, win their way in. I'm really hyped right now. Because I think he just gave me like this little piece of hope.
And it looks like Talonde Buchanan is back in the game.
But I think those little bit of points got their heads really hyped, and this is gonna turn this into a great game for like the last little second.
Yeah, me too. It's gonna be an interesting game.
I'm just hoping that Ballou keeps that fight.
It is just 13 points. They should be
And it will now be 2nd and 11. And yes, this is said again. Like they can't let things get to their heads. And you can see that HD Wilson players are getting hyped. And that is the end of the 3rd quarter with the score being 13-8. Ballou.
I know, but like my heart is racing. My heart is racing.
Like this,
really bad.
This is what I do not want to see. You win the first half, and then the second half, you start to get a little jittery and start making silly mistakes. And like,
and that's the point, that every game is a mistake, but it's what you do after the mistake that counts.
Please do not let this be a remake of the Redskins and the Saints game.
Oh my God! Stop bringing this trash up. Really, really.
Don't talk about my team, but no, seriously, because in the beginning they had the score. We thought we was gonna win. They had it all, and then the 4th quarter, it was a big change around.
But that's how it goes. They build up that momentum and then they shoot straight down. And that's the problem. Hopefully they don't let this. Hopefully they take all this energy and just like use it.
I did not come here to see a loss. I came to see a win.
Let's give DeAndre a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for our Turkey Bowl kick. You get one more.
I'm really nervous. I think I might have to take a break from this mic for a second. Because this is a consistent trend that we see while they play. They have all this energy, they build up momentum, they come close to just swiping the board, and then there's always those couple of plays that start to bring them down later on. But as always, when times get tough, you still have the amazing band and cheerleaders just going on
Bringing
in the
it up,
cold,
yeah.
regardless of what the team is doing.
Yeah, and also there's a lot of support here. The stands are filled.
On Thanksgiving, though.
Yeah, the amazing part about it. So, Delonte Buchanan is back in the game.
The ball is snapped and passed
And
to
it's
Martin.
caught by number 11, Martin Johnson, at the 50-yard line.
I'm starting to think he was like some type of secret weapon. Like you bring him out close to the air when everybody think you're down, and then he's like that breakthrough player.
Like you haven't seen him, so you don't know him, so you don't know what he about.
Exactly,
Then you bring him out and like boom.
And it's kind of like that before, but you're not going to remember him if he's not on the field.
Yeah.
And then he comes out, you're like, oh yeah, I forgot about
Yada yada yada.
It
yeah,
is.
and it's like, dang.
Don't.
He like that. But Talonte escapes a sack and throws an incomplete pass. It will now be 4th and 2, and you know I would think the smarter decision would be to run the ball since you're only 2 yards away from the first down.
You would just run it yourself.
So this is another. Yeah, he could have did that himself. Yeah. So
but I mean, like we said before, when you get hurt and you come back in the game,
yeah, you start to lose confidence, and you don't want to go all out. I feel
But hopefully he pushes that to the back of his mind and keeps this going.
Oh, there's a fake.
And we have Devontae Gator with the run on the play, and he gets. Oh my God! He breaks a tackle, and he is running, and he is in.
Oh, sorry. I just got hyped.
Oh my gosh!
I swear to God, they call this.
They said it's out of bounds. They just said it's out of bounds. Oh my God! That was an amazing run by Devontae Gator, but it was not a touchdown. It seems that he has ran out of bounds before he crossed the plane. That was a nice play, and this is what I like to see coming back. And as you see, Devontae Gator was also injured during this game, and he came back on the field. This is amazing, and it seems they have brought the ball to the 22-yard line.
They're trying to get our side hype. I'm about to get hyped.
Wow, that was a really nice run. He broke many tackles.
Let's go.
And this is these are the things that I'm talking about. He is a major player on this team. That was just amazing.
Hey, that's how it's fake right there.
And that was a fake on the punt. That was really well planned. And Delonte looks for an open receiver. Oh my gosh!
What are you doing?
And it is an incomplete pass, but there is a flag on the field. And as you can see, he was wide open. How did he not catch that ball? How did you not catch that ball?
It was a lot of flags on the play as well.
Yeah, he was wide open. You cannot make mistakes like that. But the ball is brought back. And it is now 1st and 20.
I'm just going to step away real quick and be back.
And we have a running back in the backfield with Talante Buchanan. But he is there for a block, and he throws. And thankfully, it was not a pick because it was right in his hands. But there it seems to be a flag on the field.
She doing out there anyway. She the hurt. She the player. Bring up a first down.
Oh my gosh. And these, oh my gosh. So many penalties on the play. This ball was brought back. It's mistakes like that. Too many penalties are being called. They need to get themselves together. It is now 1st and 30. 10 yards on the penalty. It's things like this that makes me upset because they're beating themselves. And I was correct. He is there. He is throwing the ball. And it is caught by number 6. Kaylin Gray. Oh my gosh, nice catch.
Come through.
It is amazing that he stayed in bounds.
Yeah.
That is nice. That is what we needed. Oh my gosh, and he picks up the first. It is first and goal. That is amazing, and that is what we like to see. Because all them penalties they caused after that good play by Levante Gator, and then the penalties, and now Kaylin Gray has just brought them back into the game. Woo! Nice!
You are so dramatic.
And it is a flag on the play.
Ooh,
and it looks like it is offside. And you can see HD is not happy about that call.
Whatsoever. But I swear it's always like in the third, whole fourth quarter, like everybody's on their tippy toes.
Yeah.
Panicking every game.
That's true, because they still had a chance to get back in the game, and it's like, Ballou stays like, I don't want that to happen.
Come on.
And the ball is running. It is a touchdown. Woo! By Delonte Buchanan, the quarterback himself. That was amazing. That was nice, and that was a smart play.
He's getting back into the game. He's not letting this get into his head.
Yes.
But hopefully, because they're putting extra points on the board, they don't
let that get to their head. Yeah,
Exactly.
they don't let that get to their head too, and they like slow down or not do everything as to their full potential. And that is amazing. That is nice. And the score is now 19-8 Ballou's way. And it looks like they may be going for the 2-point conversion, as you can see. And we're back. Sorry for the inconvenience, but on the previous play, it was a 2-point conversion, ran again by Talon. as I said,
We are back again.
Yeah, sorry for the difficulties, but as I was saying before, that 2-point conversion was good and it was nice. And the ball was just kicked off, and that was also nice. This is the Ballou that I like to see. This is good. This is amazing. And you can hear the band out there. They sound amazing. And the ball is snapped, and it is ran, and he falls at about the 30-yard line. And so we can't let large gains of yardage like that happen. The Ballou's defense has done amazing so far. Let's hope they can keep doing it. And he is brought down immediately by number 21, Devontae McLeod. It is now 2nd and 8 with 8 minutes and 7 seconds remaining. Let's keep it up.
Oh my God.
Go Knights.
She is in person.
And it is a throwing play intended, and it is called by number 9. That was a nice pass with number 6, Kaylin Gray, in the coverage, with the coverage.
And once again, defense needs to pay attention really, like, seriously, because it's 7 minutes and 50 seconds, but anything can happen, and that's always a rule for football.
Yeah, and that's another.
We don't want to be a
large,
part of anything.
Yeah, this is another large gain on a play. We cannot continue to let this happen. And there's another throwing play. But hey, boy! Get your man! What are you doing? What in the world? Why he had that?
Hey,
he could have had that pick.
And what's that back?
Oh my gosh! And that ball is caught at about the 1-yard line. And oh my gosh, that coverage. He had the chance to intercept that ball. I don't know what was going through his head.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, buckle your safety belts. This is going to be a thrilling finish.
This ain't thrilling. It's a heart attack waiting to happen.
Last time I seen that was a Brady Bowl. They came down to a Hail Mary right in the 20.
Who was that? I didn't see him. Who was the number?
Copy the field, giving away free football gear and football.
That was great.
And we'll be back after this break.
And Woodson has put points on the board again. It is now 21-14. And it is a 2-point conversion, and he is brought down, and it is no good. Thank you. That's not on.
No.
That's not. It wasn't on.
No. It wasn't that. That's on. That was the camera.
And the kick.
I gotta make sure y'all keep your camera.
But it's you hear it?
45-yard punt.
And the ball is kicked and it is placed at the 45-yard line.
5:20 left on the clock. Regulation.
Ballou has to get their heads inside the game. Hopefully, defense can put a stop to Woodson putting any more points on the board. They have done amazingly so far. Let's hope that they can keep it up.
64-52 got to pressure on the board.
And it is a running play, and he is stopped by number 50. Jerquan Fraley. That was a nice stop on the play. He was there immediately. And that is what we like to see in our defense. Let's hope that they can keep this up, and hopefully the ball will be in our possession. And it is a fake, and it is a throw, and he's immediately brought down by number 20, and Warren. This is what we like to see, immediate stops on the plays.
48 plus 3 is a 3rd and 8.
That is amazing. It is now 3rd and 8. A nice stop by Anwar. And it looks as if he is sacked with multiple players in the vicinity.
Loss of 3. Loss of 3. 4 down. Played 11 from
And it looks to be as though it's a lot of flags on the play.
And it seems to be a little bit of tension on the field. Yes.
Yeah, that's why he's switching up.
And there was a flag on the play, illegal substitution. And it's silly penalties like this
that cost people the game.
Yes.
Like, I'm so in my feelings, it's not even funny.
Play good defense. They go to 2 or 9. You just need to make
it is 4th and 6. Oh my gosh. And there's a, oh my gosh.
And once again, there's
it is
plays
offsides
like this.
by number 64, Freddie Green.
Changes everything.
And they just made it possible for Woodson to gain the first down.
That's a short one too.
All they need to do is run the ball. He gonna throw it. Oh, and the pass is incomplete with the coverage by number 20 and Warren. That is nice. That's what I'm saying. And Wilson has made the mistake of throwing the ball instead of running it when there was only 1 yard to the first down. Fortunately for us, let's get it. Hey.
I'm still in my feelings, but I'm gonna get over it.
Yeah, we're literally in our feelings, but you know, just keep plays like.
Because every game is always a last minute thing.
You can see he was going. He was at the first down, and they probably was expecting him, or they were blitzing and crashing.
I'm getting kill you, dude. You supposed to come blitzing and crash the ball.
And it is ran by number 4, K1. Y'all be so geek. It's not even that serious.
They all. They all really started.
That's their first charge time.
And it is a timeout on the field. And there is 43 seconds remaining. Oh my gosh, run the ball. That's all I'm saying.
I think this is timeout.
Oh.
Yeah, you just got too hyped. You're too ready. Run the ball.
Well, it was a timeout. That is not the time on the clock.
The boys were trying to do it. I can't wait to go out. You had them.
Hopefully. But.
I just said that.
It's 2 minutes and 40 seconds left.
It is our mistake. We thought it was like 40 seconds remaining. The clock was on down, but that was a timeout. It is 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. And it is a running play with a carry by number 6, Kaylin Gray, and there seems to be no yard gain on the play.
Who's on carry 4?
6.
That's number 6, Kaylin Gray on the carry. No gain on the play. Bring up the third half.
Oh. Hey, Maya.
That's their second charge timeout. Second half.
And there was another timeout called on the field.
No.
Is it number 2? What's number 2 for him? 3rd and 10. 2 minutes and 33 seconds remaining. And those championship cards.
Ballou is within the possession of the ball, and it is 3rd and 10. And Kayla's in the backfield, and he runs the ball and tackles. Oh my! Oh! Was he down or was it a fumble? Oh my gosh! Oh my God! Was that a fumble? I didn't see it.
I got loud.
We did.
Yeah, like that was when I was at that first. I got scared when I got that loud.
Nah, we been loud. You late. We be hyped. You hear me?
I ain't never get that loud.
Cause I came out in the cold on Thanksgiving. I ain't eat this morning.
Oh
I'm
my
trying to
God.
win.
Okay, that is good. It is still our possession. Thank the Lord. Oh my God. Yes. Yes.
They gotta start the change, man.
God do y'all job. Leave me alone. It's a first down. It's a first down.
First down.
It's a first
on the
down.
play. Okay, it's running there.
Oh.
Yeah.
But we do need to make sure that we have well possession of the ball. Make sure that the ball is tightly tucked. But that was a nice run with him escaping many tackles. He just need to hold the ball more tightly a little. Focus on our nice.
That's why they said y'all go drop it off.
No, the magic was on that. Even when we turn it off, it don't switch off sound. It just go blank. I'm telling you. When y'all said we wasn't, no, when y'all said we wasn't on, we wasn't. Keep going.
Oh nah.
What you say?
We'll jump off the roof.
He better not jump off this roof. Oh, I'm gonna peel myself.
Make sure you record.
He gonna break his ankle.
Oh, break more than that.
Next.
And that is nice.
So for your score checkup, it is 1 minute and 58 seconds left. The score greatly remains 21-14, Ballou's favor. It is second and 7th on the 26-yard line, and it is fourth quarter.
And let's hope that we can put points on this drive. And that ball was carried by K-Wan Jackson, number 4.
Be smart.
He keep running the ball in the middle.
Go somewhere else.
He don't. Yeah, they just see if they all right there. Why you still?
But
you know what? You know what? I think Ballou's, some of their running backs need to pay attention to where the players are on the field, defensive players, or follow a player on your team where you can run, because it seems as if our running game is being stopped.
No, it's not NC2A.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's just like a.
And the clock will stop.
Okay, all right.
We did it.
Delay of game. Charge to the Knights.
And there will be a delay of game charged to Ballou, and it is now 3rd and 12.
A tackle for a loss. 2 quarterbacks.
And we have number 4, K-Wan Jackson, in the backfield with Talante Buchanan. And he runs the ball, and he escapes a tackle, and he is running, and he is brought down at about the 5-yard line. That was a nice run by number 4, K-Wan Jackson. That is what we like to see. And it is amazing. He saw what was open in the field and broke through. And thanks to the offensive lineman for creating holes for him to burst through.
I'm on the edge of my seat. Well, never mind. It doesn't look like it's a reason to be. Is they letting the clock run out?
No, they won back in.
And you can see the players are getting excited. Yes. And the clock is running out. 30 seconds, 20 seconds. Run it out. Run it out. Oh, yay!
But as you may know, even though they're the opponent of even though they're opponents, and we of course we want to see our team win. At the end of the day, they all played a great game, and everybody's a winner. But we're the winners.
Oh my God! And that is Ballou Ballou with the win.
And this is great. We had a great Turkey Bowl for 2017 on November 23rd. This is a game that everyone has been waiting to see. They pulled through and they did what they've been practicing for this whole season.
And I am glad we were here to be commentating for this game.
But do not forget, this is BBB Productions, and thanks Ballou Knights for the win. We are your hosts, Keyshawn Dorsey
and Malika Brown,
and we're signing off.
Did you turn it off? Oh, yeah, thank you. Oh,
I think keep going.
John off.